Hi, my friends, it's Alyssa. I am here with another reading for you all today. I hope everybody has been doing well. So, today we're going to be asking how your person of interest is feeling about you and just kind of looking at the current energy between the two of you. So, pretty simple, straightforward topic for today. I have 4 decks of cards for you guys to choose from. Deck number 1 is the Modern Witch Tarot. Number 2 is the Lightseers Tarot. Deck number 3 is the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. And number 4, we've got my vintage Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And with each deck, I've got these little cat paper clips. Sorry, one of my cats is in here with me and she's going crazy. She's got the zoomies right now. So sorry if I'm sorry if you can hear her like galloping around the room. But yeah, I've got these little cat paper clips. I saw these in my desk and it reminded me of the days when I used to use just random objects that I would find around my house within these videos. So we've got a purple cat, we've got a pink cat, a gold cat, and a green cat. The timestamps for each group will be in the description as usual. And also, if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, the link to my Etsy store will be down there as well. So I'll give you guys a moment to make your choices. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, meditate for a moment if you need to. And we are going to get started. All right, so for those of you who chose deck number 1, the Modern Witch Tarot with the purple cat clip, let's find out how your person is feeling about you and what's the energy within your connection right now. All right, so the first card we have coming out here is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is, oh, we've also got the 3 of Cups here. So the 8 of Wands, first of all, is a pretty action-oriented card. It's very much about movement, it's about change, and also it can represent communication or messages coming in, good news coming your way in particular. The 3 of Cups talks a lot about like friendship and unity and togetherness. To me, this is like a very celebratory sort of energy. People just kind of coming together and making good memories and having good times, that sort of thing. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, okay, we've got strength. So strength, of course, can talk about, you know, actual like inner strength, courage, bravery, etc. This card also, to me, is a very like, it tends to be a very loving energy, very much like talks to me about compassion and empathy as well. And of course, you know, it can relate to just overcoming adversity. But also sometimes we see the strength card representing like soulmate relationships or just very like loving, very deep, you know, connections between people. We've also got the 7 of Pentacles showing up here, which this is a card that the energy of which can sometimes be kind of stagnant or slow moving. We often see this in situations where somebody is having to wait for something or there is a need for patience for some reason. It's kind of like having to wait in order to reap the rewards of your hard work. It's about like long-term investments, really. All right, we've got the 5 of Wands here. The 5 of Wands can indicate conflict or just chaos and opposition, people, you know, being at odds with one another. Very hectic sort of energy. We have, oh, okay. So this is a special card in this deck. Everything is fine, and the imagery is the same as the 10 of Swords. So everything is fine. Kind of self-explanatory, right? This card, it's sort of talking about like ignoring the problems that are going on around you, ignoring conflict, ignoring things that, you know, probably need to be addressed, but for whatever reason, you just can't quite bring yourself to do it. Maybe you don't want to rock the boat. Maybe you don't want to have to face something painful or difficult, whatever the case may be. All right, we've got the 10 of Wands. This usually represents some kind of burden or heavy responsibility and obligation, something that you're carrying around with you, something that's weighing you down. Okay, and we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles talks about hard work, making the effort to achieve our goals. It also can indicate dedication or commitment to, you know, achieving the things that we want to do. The card on the, the card on the bottom of the deck, group 1, is the Lovers. So the Lovers can represent partnerships, unions. It can, of course, indicate marriages or a long-term commitment, that kind of thing. But more generally speaking, the Lovers just talks about like balance and alignment, like two people really being in alignment with one another, being on the same page about things. You know, it can indicate a very strong connection, emotional, but also sometimes spiritual as well. Okay, so those are the cards that we have here, group 1. So what's going on between you and your person, and how are they feeling right now? So immediately, I get the impression that there is or has been some sort of conflict between the two of you, but it feels like it's something that hasn't really been addressed. Like it's not something that you guys have really talked about or figured out, if that makes sense, because like I talked about with this card, everything is fine. You know, obviously this implies like something is being ignored that really shouldn't be. And then the 5 of Wands, like I said, this is conflict, this is tension. And then the 10 of Wands, you know, this is something that's weighing you down. This is something, this is some kind of burden on your shoulders, right? So I feel like you and this person have a lot of fondness, a lot of affectionate feelings towards each other. It seems like when you guys do spend time together, you have a really good time. You really enjoy each other's company. You do feel very much attached to one another. There, you know, there's some deep feelings here, but there is something that is, or that has been blocking the two of you from actually like making any forward progress in your relationship. And whatever that thing is, that's kind of what these 3 cards are talking about. This blockage, this obstacle is not being, it's not being resolved. It's not being figured out. I want to grab a card from the Lovers Oracle for you guys as well. Let's see. Okay, this card says, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. And also, I want to grab a card from the Whispers of Love Oracle. What is currently going on between group 1 and their person? How is their person feeling about them? Okay. We have do something for someone. Give your attention to another. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I kind of get the impression that there's a lot of distractions at play within this connection right now. There's maybe a lot of outside things going on, external forces, that are, for whatever reason, like preventing you and your person from really like spending quality time together, or maybe just getting to know each other better, you know, depending on what the exact nature of your relationship is right now. Because with this being a general reading, you know, there's a lot of different ways that this can play out, right? But it just feels like there's a lot happening that is distracting you guys from each other. And I honestly get the sense that some of you maybe haven't even like some of you maybe haven't even actually spent that much time with this person, or you haven't known this person for very long or something like that. There is definitely a strong attraction at play here, and I think it is mutual for sure, with the Lovers being here as like the overall energy of your spread, and also strength, and you know, the Three of Cups even. I mentioned earlier that the Three of Cups implies that, you know, the two of you, it seems like the two of you do have a lot of things in common, and when you do spend time together, you have fun together. You guys are a good match in terms of like just general compatibility. But also the Three of Cups can at the same time be representing like some of these distractions that I mentioned too. Because threes sometimes can represent like third parties, and third parties doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It can be anything that is having an effect or on your relationship with somebody, right? So it seems to me like this person we're talking about definitely is interested in you. It seems like this person does enjoy being around you and enjoys talking to you. I feel like they would like to, you know, take your relationship a bit further. It seems like they would like to get to know you better, because I do feel for a lot of you, this very well could be somebody that you maybe haven't known for too long at this point, or you just have never really had a lot of opportunities to like really deeply get to know each other or something like that. Because I don't know, there's just like this desire here for like communication, and just kind of exploring, I guess, exploring, you know, your connection, and like the potential between you. It does seem as though this person is very interested in, you know, making the effort to do that. And also, it seems like somebody here is waiting for something to happen with the Seven of Pentacles being here. It seems, and I'm not sure if this is you or if this is them. It could even be both of you to some extent. I feel like there's, even though there's a mutual desire for movement, there's a mutual desire to get closer, to maybe take things to the next level. At the same time, there's also this energy of like waiting, like, should I make this move, or should I wait for you to make the move? It's like both of you are kind of unsure about how to take things like moving forward, or like what your next step should be. Maybe somebody is a little bit shy or hesitant to like express themselves to the other person, because this card here, like this part of the card, do something, like that that by itself is really, really standing out to me. Like there's all of this mutual interest and attraction and good feelings, and there's like, it's like you're both wanting the same things, but nobody's doing anything. You're both just kind of waiting around for the other person to do something, it seems like. And there could be, you know, anxiety, you know, playing a part in this. There could be just, I don't want to say fear or intimidation, but just, I don't know. There's just this sense of like hesitation here. Like somebody, or again, possibly both of you are just like, you want the other person to make that move, it seems like. Okay, let me set this card aside here. I want to grab maybe a couple more from this deck and see. Yeah, the Hermit, this is a very solitary energy. This can talk about isolation or withdrawal. Yeah, it's like both of you are sort of, maybe to an extent, in this kind of hermit mode where you've been very much like focused on yourselves, not in like a selfish way necessarily, but just very focused on like doing your own things, pursuing your goals. You know, maybe you haven't been actively looking for a relationship or something. And so there might be just some hesitation is surrounding like coming out of that solitary state of being. Or, you know, opening yourself up to a relationship again. We've got the Hanged one here. Yeah, this again can represent like waiting for something. Delays, stagnation. This card also though can represent like looking at things from a new perspective. And then we've also got Justice here. This is fairness and equality, karma, the idea that every action we take has a relative consequence. So, yeah, it seems to me like if you are wondering, is this person interested in me? I would say yes. I would say yes, they are. However, it feels like, you know, it just feels like the relationship hasn't really progressed enough to have like strong emotions or any like really significant attachments, you know, going on here. But this person very much wants to get to know you better. They very much are interested in spending more time with you, learning more about you, maybe exploring your relationship. There is, you know, the interest, the attraction, that stuff is mutual. You guys are on the same page about these things. You just, I feel like some of you maybe just need to break out of your comfort zone and like take that, make that first move. You may not want to. You might be waiting for them to do it. You might be hoping that they will do it. Actually, I want to know a little bit more about, oops, that's too many cards. I want to know a little bit more about what these three cards specifically are maybe talking about. This feeling like something's being ignored. The Three of Swords. So this is grief, this is loss, heartache, betrayal, just sadness, okay? Somebody in this equation maybe has been deeply hurt in a past relationship. Could be you, could be them. Again, it could be both. And that maybe is what is contributing to this hesitation, to this like reluctance to step out of this hermit energy and like move towards one another. Okay, does that make sense? And so whatever this is that's being ignored, whatever this conflict is, in, you know, Five of Wands, it can be an external conflict, and it can also sometimes be an internal conflict. Whatever this is that's weighing on you, whatever this tension is that is being ignored, I feel like it has to relate to something that you may need to heal from. Because whatever this is, it's preventing you from like embracing this connection, I feel. It's preventing you from like taking the leap and embracing this person and just jumping in and seeing what happens, and exploring your relationship with each other, deepening your relationship with each other. There's something here that definitely needs to be healed, I feel. Maybe you've been wanting to work on yourself a bit more before jumping into another relationship. That could be kind of what this Hermit card is talking about as well. Because this can also relate to, introspection or self-reflection, that kind of thing. But I feel like you're being asked to look at this from a different perspective, because it seems like this person could really help you on that, with that healing journey. And I know a lot of times people say, like, you need to heal yourself, you need to get yourself right before you bring in another person. And a lot of times that is true, but also sometimes having a good person standing next to us who understands us, who is willing to be patient and loving and give us their kindness and their compassion. Sometimes having somebody beside us like that can do wonders for us as well, in terms of our healing from the past. So maybe that's kind of contributing to why there is this hesitation, because somebody feels like they're not ready to move on, or somebody feels like they're not ready to let another person in. But I feel like you're really being asked to take that leap anyway. Like, there's definitely a call to action here with this card, with the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Like, just do it. Just do the thing, And also, this card here is kind of talking to me about, like, releasing your fears, releasing your anxiety, your inhibitions, as far as this connection is concerned. You know what? I'm gonna grab a card from, if I can reach it. Okay, I'm gonna grab a card from my Rebel Oracle deck, just because I don't know, I like this deck. I think it's fun, and I think it gives pretty good advice most of the time. So let's see what the Rebel Oracle wants to add for you guys. Okay. All right, so we have two cards here. Take a fucking trip. Go see some shit, do new things, talk to people cooler than you. And we've got, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Okay, so yeah, this is talking to us about breaking out of your comfort zone a little bit, or just, let me rephrase, making a move that might seem like a risk. Okay. Again, somebody here is holding back because either because there's something they feel like they need to heal from, there's something they feel like they need to move past from first, or maybe there's something going on in your life that you feel like you need to resolve before you feel comfortable embracing this relationship or digging deeper into this relationship. But Group 1, these cards really, really, really are suggesting that you just go ahead and do it. Like, just go ahead and take the leap. Embrace this connection with this person. It is something very special. It is something I feel with a lot of potential, with the Lovers being here and the Strength card being here. It's something worth investing your time and effort into. So, don't be afraid to jump in. This person is really into you, it seems like, and they very much they're very much interested in getting closer and seeing where your relationship might go. I feel like they may be sensing your hesitation, and maybe that's why they haven't made a move. Or it could be, the opposite. Maybe you are sensing their hesitation, and so you haven't made a move. It can go either way with this being just general. So take it how it applies for you, but that's what I'm seeing, group one. That's the energy that I'm seeing between you and your person. That's kind of what I'm seeing as far as their feelings towards you. Again, it seems like this is something that's still relatively new, or just, not, it's kind of gone unexplored. And so there's not a lot of deep feelings here. There's not a lot of strong emotions, but there is definitely interest, there's attraction, there's, you guys are on the same page about stuff so far. So it definitely seems like something worth exploring, worth, exploring the potential of. Okay, group one. So I think I'm going to leave that there. Those are really all the messages that I am seeing for you guys today. I hope this is helpful. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed. Take what applies to you, leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you have not already. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I saw that the vast majority of my viewers on my more recent videos are new viewers who are not subscribed. So if you are enjoying my readings, I would love it if you would take the time to just hit subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts, and also let me know if you have any requests for future readings that you would like to see me do. I'm always open to hearing what people would like to see. So yeah, thanks again for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope I see you next time. Bye. Okay, if you chose group number 2, the Light Seers Tarot with the pink cat clip, let's find out how your person is feeling about you and what the current energy between the two of you is. All right, we've got the King of Wands first of all. So the King of Wands is a very fiery, passionate energy. This is optimism. This is enthusiasm. The King of Wands also can be a very creative kind of individual. Whoa. All right, that's a few too many cards. I prefer to just take one card at a time. Oh gosh, I've got so many trying to fall out here. Group 2's person feel about them? Okay, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles tends to be kind of an like very much about independence, self-sufficiency. A lot of times if we're talking about relationships, the Nine of Pentacles represents somebody who's like single, or somebody who's on their own but really enjoying their time on their own. We've also got the Three of Cups here, which relates to friendship. Specifically, it can indicate like very strong emotional bonds between people, celebrations, unity, like people coming together and having good times, making good memories, that kind of thing. So I'm getting, I feel like your person, whoever this is that you're thinking about, is being represented here by the King of Wands. And this is regardless of gender. This is just, this is just energy. It seems like this may be, this person could be a fire sign. But generally speaking, this seems like somebody who is maybe kind of, how do I want to say this? A little bit intense, perhaps, very passionate about things. Somebody who could potentially be kind of reckless at times, but someone who's also very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Intense. Intensity is just the word that keeps coming to mind for me right now. So maybe that could describe the person you're thinking of. We've also got the moon coming out here, which is indicative a lot of times of like confusion or illusions, uncertainty, just kind of feeling lost in the dark. Maybe that's sort of how you're feeling at the moment, group 2. I feel like I have an idea. Okay, we've got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is quite different from the King of Wands energy, because the King of Cups to me is tends to be more calm, more serene, very like emotionally. The King of Cups is someone who's very in tune with their emotions. There's a high level of emotional maturity and emotional intelligence with the King of Cups. And this card can also represent like very deep feelings of affection and love and empathy, that kind of thing. We've got the Ace of Wands here, more fiery, passionate, intense energy, excitement, optimism. The Ace of Wands can represent new ideas or new like creative projects too. Let's get a couple more cards and then we will talk a bit more about what might be, what seems to be going on here. Ooh. Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles talks to us about loss, grief. It's definitely kind of a sad energy in most circumstances. It's like losing something, or it can represent instability or insecurity. And let me get one more. The Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is new beginnings in the realm of love and relationships. It can represent meeting somebody new. It can represent the start of a new relationship. It can represent new romantic feelings developing, or like the expression of emotions. On the bottom of your deck, group 2, we've got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is quite similar to the King of Wands, except the Knight is more unpredictable, I would say. The Knight is definitely a more youthful sort of energy compared to the King, definitely more immature compared to the King. And fire energy, just generally speaking, has a tendency to be kind of unpredictable, right? Because it can be burning really hot at one moment and then it can be put out in a flash, right? Depending on the circumstances, the environment, etc. So to me, group 2, it feels like whoever this is that you're thinking about, whoever this is that you're dealing with, is somebody who may be kind of unpredictable with you. It could be that they have been in and out, hot and cold, really into you one moment and then kind of pulling back and giving you mixed signals the next. It just seems like there's a lot of uncertainty going on in this connection right now. I feel like whoever this is somebody who is very much, it seems like this person's very content, like being on their own. This could be somebody who enjoys more casual relationships, or maybe they're currently engaged in some casual relationships. That could be the nature of your relationship with this person right now, but maybe you're wanting something deeper. Whatever the case may be, it just seems like this is somebody who is not super interested at this point in time in like settling down or like making a commitment. Okay, there is there is this desire for like freedom that seems to be coming through here. A desire for freedom, a desire to just kind of do whatever they want to do, to not be like tied down, to not have to answer to anybody necessarily. It feels like this is someone who just kind of wants to have a good time, you know, and as a result, you know, maybe as a result of mixed messages that they're giving you, you are feeling like the moon card. You're feeling kind of lost. You're feeling like, what is going on here? Like, what does this person want from me? How do they actually feel about me? All of that. You and this person maybe have had some false starts. And what I mean by that is maybe there have been occasions where it seemed like things were improving between the two of you, or it seemed like you guys were making some forward progress in your relationship. It seemed like they were really getting invested into your relationship, but then maybe they pulled back again and just kind of left you like, what just happened, you know? I want to grab a couple oracle cards for you guys. Ooh. We have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And let me grab a card from the Whispers of Love Oracle for you as well. We've got slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Interesting. Okay. Actually, let me move that over here. Okay. So it seems like this person that we're talking about is definitely attracted to you. There is a lot of like sexual energy coming through here with all of these Wands cards. Wands definitely can represent sexual chemistry, physical attraction, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of back and forth energy and a lot of mixed signals coming in for you. And it's frustrating. Maybe it's hurtful. All of that stuff. And I feel like this person is like I mentioned already, I feel like this person is attracted to you, certainly, and they are like it seems like they do like you as a person, which is great, but it feels like they just can't, they're not in a position where they are able or willing to like really be serious about a relationship. It just feels like they're not looking to settle down at this point in time. So if you are wanting stability, if you are wanting consistency, unfortunately, it just seems like that's not something this person is really capable of giving you at this time. I feel like in the future, there is potential that this could become like, you know, something more serious if that's what you want. But it's going to take time to get to that point. I feel like this is something that over the long term could progress, but it's going to be, I feel like progress with this person will be slow. I feel like it could be kind of like, you know, one step forward, or yeah, two steps forward and one step back at times, which is unfortunate, but yeah, there's just so much like hectic. It just feels very hectic, like the whole energy of this spread. And I guess that's just the energy of the person that we're looking into right now. I want to grab a couple cards from the Rebel Oracle deck just because I think it's a fun deck for advice. And okay, so we've got this card. It says some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. All right, interesting. Let me grab a couple more cards out of here too. Whoa. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. That's too many. I keep getting like a whole bunch of cards all at once. Can I just get one more card, please, for group 2? Okay. And the Hanged Man. Interesting. So the Queen of Cups, this is, of course, counterpart to the King of Cups. This is more, very compassionate, loving, affectionate energy. The Queen of Cups also can be very motherly, nurturing kind of figure as well. The Hanged Man indicates a need for patience or waiting. It can indicate stagnation and delays. It does tend to be a very passive energy. And also this card can represent sacrifice, or it can talk about like a new perspective, a need to change one's perspective. And then the Knight of Pentacles. This is forward movement, but it's slow. It's slow but steady progress being made. Okay. So, like I said, this is kind of interesting because even though the current energy of this situation is kind of hectic, and it does seem like this person has been very in and out. This person has given you a lot of mixed signals. This person's caused you a lot of frustration and confusion and uncertainty. But at the same time, there do seem to be like genuine affectionate feelings towards you on their part. I mentioned already, it seems like this person does genuinely enjoy like spending time with you and being around you and talking to you and all of these things. I get the sense that your connection is something that this person wants to like be able to invest in more. For some reason right now they may have difficulty with that because I talked earlier about how it seems like they're very much like, I don't know, very like not super interested in commitment or in like settling down at this point in time. And there could be a lot of different reasons for that, but it feels like at some point down the road, that is something that they ideally would like to have. They may not be ready for that right now. They may not be in a position where they feel like they are capable of being that type of partner at this point in their life, but it feels like at some time in the future, that is something that they would like. And it also seems like you like they see you as somebody that they could potentially settle down with. Like you are somebody that they could see themselves like actually being with long term. Or kind of similarly, it's possible that you are making them change their perspective about relationships. Like something about you, something about your connection has made them like has given them kind of a new point of view on relationships. Does that make sense? Group 2, it feels like there's a lot going on here. And I get the sense that you really believe in this person, or you really would like to believe in this person. And even though they have caused you a lot of grief, it seems like, with this, in and out kind of vibe that they've got going on. At the same time, it seems like for the most part, group 2, you want to, you want to have something more stable with them. You want to see them do better. You want to, you would like for this person to step up and be the partner that you need them to be. And I feel like to an extent, this person wants to be the partner that you need them to be. Maybe they're not really sure how, though. They might be kind of feeling that out, like figuring out how they can be the person that you need. For some of you, it's possible that this person has never really genuinely taken relationships seriously before, but now they're kind of like, well, maybe marriage isn't as bad as I thought it would be, or maybe, commitment isn't as scary as it seemed. It's like their point of view about relationships seems to be shifting. It's happening slowly, but it's slowly but surely. And at times or maybe in the past, it has felt like there's no way this is going to go anywhere. Like, this is hopeless. This whole situation, this relationship, it's hopeless. But I don't think that's really the case. I don't think it is hopeless. I feel like I feel like something good can come about between you and this person. Something good, something meaningful, something loving, something that could be lasting. And I feel like it's just a matter of, are you willing to wait for that to happen? Are you willing to give this person the time that they need to get it together and figure things out? It feels like this is kind of the energy that they are currently in, this King of Wands. But the King of Cups is the sort of vibe that they want to step more into, or this is the kind of energy that they have the potential to step into. So going from this, kind of this sort of chaotic but very intense, very like unpredictable kind of individual, to somebody who's more serene, somebody who's more in tune with their emotions. And then we've got this counterpart right next to the King of Cups, the Queen, signifying like a desire to have their counterpart at their side. And they seem to see you as somebody who could potentially be that counterpart, that partner. Group 2, obviously I don't know all the details of this situation. This is just a general reading. There's a lot of different ways that things could have played out between you and this person up until now. It seems like this has been a situation that has been very taxing for you in a lot of ways. This has been a relationship that has had its ups and downs for sure. And maybe you are at a point where you're wondering, like, is it worth sticking around? Is it worth waiting for them to get it together? And honestly, group 2, I think the answer to that question is really up to you. This person has, they have the potential to be who you need them to be. They have what it takes to grow, to mature, to settle down, to figure their life out, and to be the kind of partner that you want and need for them to be. It's just, I just feel like it's going to take time to get there. And you may or may not be willing to wait for that to happen. And whatever you choose to do in this situation, it's totally up to you. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Those are the messages that are coming through for you guys, group 2. But to summarize this reading, this person we're talking about does seem to care about you. There is affection here. There is love here. It's like they're just not... They want to get to a point where they can be... Where you guys can be like this, where you guys can be in sync, you can be in tune with each other, you can be, you can be counterparts, you can be in a true, loving, stable partnership. Like, that idea seems appealing to them, theoretically. It's just like getting to that point, I think, is difficult for them. It's proving to be difficult for them. And I don't know exactly why that is. You know, it could have to do with their history, whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing as far as how this person is feeling about you and the current energy of your connection with them. So I think I'm going to leave that there, group 2. This was a little bit heavy, I feel like, so I apologize if you felt that way. But hopefully this reading resonated with you. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for future readings that you would like to see me do, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already and you would like to. I was looking at my analytics the other day. I mentioned this with group 1, but I saw that the vast majority of my viewers on my recent videos are new viewers who are not subscribed. So if you are one of those people and you are liking what you're seeing so far, please take a minute to just subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope I see you next time. Bye. All right. Group number 3, if you chose the Modern Spellcasters Tarot, let's find out how your person is feeling about you and what the current energy is in your connection. All right, so we have the Emperor coming out right away. The Emperor is the divine masculine energy. The Emperor is stability, consistency. He is often seen as a husband or a father kind of figure, a protector, a provider, a mentor. We've got the 3 of Cups here. This is kind of interesting because so far all 3 groups today have gotten the 3 of Cups. This is about friendship and unity and togetherness, celebrations, people coming together, having good times. We've got the Magician. This is resourcefulness. This is manifestation. This is making your dreams reality. We've got the 6 of Wands, which is victory, success, recognition. Let's get a few more. Okay, we've got Temperance. Temperance talks about balance and moderation. It can represent healing or renewal as well. And when we're talking about relationships, like, to me, Temperance indicates like a very deep, very profound like emotion. We've also got the 2 of Wands here, which can represent choice. It can represent planning for the future, exploration, discovery, that sort of thing. Let me get a couple more cards here. 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, feeling very content, feeling very much like you've got everything you need. You know, you're kind of on top of the world, right? And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles indicates a new beginning, something that has the potential for growth, something that has the potential to become much more substantial than what it currently is. And on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is a very solitary energy. This card often represents isolation or withdrawal. Somebody who maybe is in a very introspective state of mind, doing a lot of reflection, that kind of thing. I want to grab also a couple cards, a couple oracle cards for you guys. Give me just 1 second, see what they would like to add. Whoa. That is a few too many cards. I would like just 1, please. Okay. This card says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And let me grab a card from the Whispers of Love Oracle, and then we will talk about what's going on here. All right, we've got the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Interesting. Okay, so group 3. The very first thing that's coming through for me with these cards is that the person you're thinking about, the person that we are discussing here, seems to be very, 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 very into you. I feel like this person is super, super attracted to you. This person seems to be super, like, invested in your relationship, or super invested in a potential relationship with you, like maybe getting to know you, getting closer with you, whatever the case may be. Whatever the nature of your relationship is right now, it just seems like this person's really interested in taking things further, okay? I feel like this is somebody who has a lot of big plans, a lot of dreams, a lot of ambitions. With the Magician being here, the Emperor, I feel like this card is really representing like their energy, and this is like regardless of gender, this is just energy, right? But this is someone who seems to be very ambitious and determined, and somebody who's like very clear about what they want, and they're willing to do whatever they need to do to get what they want, okay? And the Six of Wands being here, yeah, I feel like this is somebody who's very driven, someone who maybe is very successful, or who is very much driven to achieve success. And they are so like their feelings for you seem very, they seem to be so profound. There's a lot of depth here. I feel like for the majority of you, this is not something that is new necessarily. I do feel like you and this person either have history, or you have been, you know, somehow involved with each other for a little while. It doesn't seem like this is something where like you guys are acquaintances, let me put it that way, because it just feels like the emotions here are too deep for that. There's too much, like too many feelings, just, you know, for this to be somebody that you're acquainted with. So if that doesn't really fit your current situation, then this may not be the reading for you. But if it does fit your current situation, I feel like this person is making plans like this. They are making plans for the future that involve you in a lot of ways. It's kind of funny because the Temperance card here, and then this Oracle card, there's more going on that meets the eye. Yeah, this person's feelings for you are deep. They go really deep, and you may not have any idea just how intensely this person is into you, because they may be the type of person who, they may not necessarily be like super upfront about their feelings. They might not be somebody who, you know, has their heart on their sleeve, so to speak. They could be more reserved as far as their emotions are concerned, but that doesn't mean they don't feel deeply, because they feel very, very deeply for you specifically. And they're making a lot of plans. They are thinking about, you know, marriage. They're thinking about living together. They're thinking about what your day-to-day life together might be like. All of this stuff. And something about you, something about their connection to you has caused them to like, there's something about you that's made them feel optimistic about life. I get the sense that this person maybe has been through some really hard times in their life and they've really struggled. Maybe they gave up on love. Maybe they gave up on ever finding their person. But then they met you, they got to know you, and now they're feeling like, like maybe there is somebody out there meant for me. Maybe I am lovable. Maybe I am worthy of being loved and having a life partnership. Like maybe that is something that's possible for me. Whereas in the past, I feel like they didn't think it was possible for them for whatever reason, because like this hermit energy, like I feel like before you, they were very much alone, or they very much just kind of kept to themselves, or they never felt like a really strong connection with another person, at least not romantically. But now you're here in the picture and they are just kind of feeling on top of the world. They're feeling like this is amazing. Like this is unlike anything they've experienced before. And they love it. I feel like they love you. I feel like you make them so extremely happy. And they want to give you everything. Like they want to give you the world. They want to be your partner in life. They want to be your best friend, your lover, your life companion. You know, they want to be parents with you, some of them. They want it all. They want to be your everything. They want to give you everything. Wow, group 3. I love this. I love this for you. There's so much love here. And I kind of touched on this already, but it's possible that they may not really express these feelings too much. They might not be super expressive about their emotions, like I said earlier. But just because they're not saying it doesn't mean they're not feeling it, okay? I want to grab a couple more cards. Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is action. This is determination and focus. Like I said earlier, this person has big dreams. They've got big plans and they want you to be part of them. 5 of Swords. I feel like up until recently in this person's life, they have been disappointed. They've been hurt a lot, maybe. They've been let down. But and it's like they've always wanted love. Like they've always wanted to find somebody that they could love and be themselves with, and somebody they could spoil and really appreciate and be appreciated by. But again, they never really had that. They never had a relationship as meaningful as what they truly wanted. But now they have you, and they feel like they've found that person that could be, you know, everything they've always wanted, and they want to be everything that you've always wanted. And there's just so much optimism here. There's so much hope. There's so much yearning going on here. It's kind of intense, group 3, and I love it. I just love it for you. I'm gonna grab a couple cards from the Rebel Oracle deck because I think this deck is really fun. I think it gives good advice. And see like what else, just see what else it wants to add for us here. Whoa. Okay, you are giving away your power. On the other side, it says you are a badass, act like it. Ah, okay. I think okay, I feel like despite everything that I just said about how totally about you this person is, and like how much they want to take things further and be with you and all of that, I think maybe as a result of their past, as a result of their, previous ways of thinking about things, as a result of their past disappointments they've experienced, they could be a bit apprehensive about really like giving up. Well, that's, how do I want to say this? They could be kind of apprehensive about like really opening up to you and like being vulnerable, because romantic relationships, they do in a lot of ways leave us emotionally vulnerable. We have to let somebody in, right? And that leaves us vulnerable to that person. It gives them some degree of power over us, that they could abuse the love that we have for them, the affection we have for them, the trust we have in them. We have to, in order to have a deep, profound love, we have to trust that person enough to let them in and become vulnerable to them, right? This person that we're talking about here could be kind of struggling with that as a result of their past experiences. And maybe that's why you're watching this. Maybe that's why you're asking yourself how this person actually feels about you, because they may not be really expressive of their feelings, and they may not really be letting on how deeply they feel about you because they're just cautious, right? So if that's the case, just be aware that like they are so all about you, and they want to have a future with you, and they think about having, they think about the future with you all the time. They just haven't quite gotten to the point yet where they're quite ready to just let go and like embrace, I guess, the feelings, or like embrace. It's almost like they're trying to embrace the unknown, but it's scary, because again, I feel like they've never really experienced anything like this. So for them, this is sort of like the unknown. This is like uncharted territory, kind of, because they've never been like really in love with somebody. They've never been super, super into somebody the way that they are with you. And so it does kind of feel like giving up some of their power. It does feel like, making themselves vulnerable, susceptible to being hurt, to attack, right? But they want to give in. Like, they really want to give into this. They want to embrace you and move forward with you and have a life with you. And I feel like some of you maybe just need to be a little bit more patient with them, because they're getting there. They are working hard to overcome, their personal hangups. Like, this is somebody who I feel is pretty self-aware, and they recognize what their issues are, and they recognize what they need to work through in order to, maximize the potential for a successful relationship with you. And they're willing to do that work, but it's not going to be overnight, right? It's not going to be an instantaneous thing. It's going to take a little bit of time and maybe a little patience on your part, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing here, group 3. So if you have been wondering what exactly is going on here, what do they, how do they feel? They're feeling a lot, and it's a lot of good stuff, and they may not be expressing it to you. They may not be openly talking about it right now, but their feelings for you are really profound, and I feel like you have a good person here, group 3. And I feel like this is somebody that is worth waiting for, because I don't think this is going to be a situation where you're going to be waiting months or years for them to get it together. I feel like this person is trying, like this person is working hard to get where they need to be as soon as possible to embrace this connection and start moving forward with you. Like, this is something they're trying to be really serious about. And they're not going to keep you waiting for very long, I don't think. So yeah, group 3, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope this is interesting. I hope this resonated with you. If you have suggestions for any future readings that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to hearing reading topics that you guys would like. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all of your comments, and I love hearing from you guys, and I appreciate the support. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today, group 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I hope I see you next time, guys. Bye. All right, and finally, group number 4, if you chose the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, let's find out how your person is feeling about you and what the current energy is in your connection. All right, we've got the Knight of Swords, first of all. Knight of Swords is a pretty fast-moving energy. This is action. This is also communication. It can represent determination and focus. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. This talks about independence and self-sufficiency, very much about abundance and prosperity as well. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. This talks about balance, reciprocation, give and take, that sort of thing. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Okay, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is associated with the divine masculine energy. The Emperor is often seen as a husband or father figure. He's a provider, a protector, a teacher. He's solid, he's stable, very dependable. Let's get a few more cards, group 4. 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles can represent choice. It can represent instability. A lot of times we see this card in situations where somebody's trying to balance something, maybe trying to juggle a lot of things. They've got a lot on their plate. Oh gosh. Ooh. We've got the 3 of Cups here. This is so weird because every group today has gotten the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is about friendship and unity and togetherness, people coming together, having good times, celebrating. We've got death as well. Death is change. Death is transformation. It can represent endings, but also new beginnings. Let me grab one more here. One card, please. How does group 4's person feel about them? Okay, we've got 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles indicates long-term investments, a need for patience, a need to perhaps wait to reap the rewards of your hard work. On the bottom of your deck, we've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands talks about creativity, passion, enthusiasm. She is a very independent kind of person. She's somebody who knows what she wants, and she knows what she needs to do to get what she wants, and she's going to do it. All right. Okay, let me grab also a couple oracle cards for you guys. We have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Okay, and let me get one more for you guys. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Okay, so group 4. My initial impression here is that whoever this person is that you're thinking of, it seems like this is somebody who is, at this point in time, a friend or maybe an acquaintance of yours. I don't really get the sense that this is somebody that you're currently romantically involved with in any capacity, really. It doesn't even seem like this is a situationship necessarily. It just seems like this is very much a casual, like friendly connection at this point in time. Let me take a sip of my drink here. Oops, I think I just moved that. Sorry. Okay. Even though this does seem like it's just a friendship or an acquaintanceship sort of thing, at the same time, I feel like a lot of you maybe have known this person for a long time. Like you've been friends for a long time, or you've been acquaintances for a long time. And there's always been... It seems like the two of you have never really looked at each other in a romantic sense until somewhat recently. Or maybe there was some consideration of that in the past, but for whatever reason, things just never really worked out between the two of you. You guys never really explored that possibility for your relationship. Maybe you guys were always with somebody else, or, you know, there was just always something else going on that was distracting you or preventing you from actually, like, developing a more romantic connection. But it seems like recently, the two of you have reached a point where you have begun to look at each other more in that way, where you've started to see each other as, you know, a possible like love interest, a possible romantic partner. And there may be some uncertainty about like whether the other person is seeing you the same way, or you know, if that's if that's mutual, basically. Because I feel like the two of you do get along very well. I feel like for some of you, this could be somebody that you haven't really talked to for quite some time, but at one point it feels like you were pretty good friends, or, you know, you got along very well. But it's like you've been thinking about them, or they've been thinking about you a lot recently. It could go either way. Just, you know, take it how it applies for you. But somebody here has been thinking a lot about the other person, or it could even be mutual. It could be that both of you have been thinking, you've both been thinking about one another quite a bit. Somebody here, it seems like somebody here maybe got out of a long-term relationship and there's been a period of healing. There's been a period of moving forward. There's been a period of like being on your own, in independence. Like somebody has been single perhaps for some time and just really, feeling themselves, like just kind of doing their own thing, happy, content. It could be you. We've got the Queen of Wands here on the bottom of the deck, which to me is kind of a similar energy to the Nine of Pentacles. This very independent, very self-sufficient, kind of individual being represented here. And it could be you, it could be the other person. I'm not totally sure. But I feel like the two of you have maybe recently got back in touch with each other, or you have started to talk more frequently, or maybe you're considering reaching out to this person after a period of no contact or minimal contact. Whatever the case may be, your perception of this individual has shifted. You have begun to see this person as a potential partner, somebody that you could become romantically involved with. And it, like I said, it's like that's never really been on the table before for you and this person. And so even though you've more than likely known them for some time, it's still a little bit scary. It's a little bit new, it's kind of, it's uncharted territory basically for this particular connection, right? But I feel like if you are wanting to know, like if this is you, if you have started thinking about this person and going, I wonder if they would be interested in me that way. I wonder if we could like become romantically involved with each other. I wonder if we could take our relationship in that direction for the first time, or whatever. If you're asking yourself those questions, I feel like the answer is yes. I feel like this is something that this person would be interested in as well. And I feel like this person maybe even has had feelings for you romantically that they've just never expressed. With this card being here, love is all around you. It feels like there has been love in this connection at play between the two of you, but it's never really been acknowledged, or it's never been openly expressed, or something like that. It feels like both of you are at a point in your lives where like you're in similar places. You're at similar stages in life. You're both well established in a lot of ways. You're both very independent in a lot of ways, and it feels like this could be just a really solid like neither of you need somebody necessarily, but there's a desire for companionship, and there's a desire for like understanding and just connection. And I feel like the two of you could give each other that really, really well. I'm definitely seeing like a new beginning for this connection. A totally new way of existing, like in one another's lives, a totally, the two of you taking on totally new roles in one another's lives. And I'm seeing a lot of potential for growth. Like this relationship is something that has been a long time in the making, okay? There is growth, there is stability, there's potential for these things, right? Oh. Page of Swords and the Fool. Yeah, like I talked about, a new beginning, a fresh start within this connection, embarking on a new adventure together, okay? The Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, both of these cards are talking to me about communication, a message coming in. There needs to be some kind of open communication, or somebody is going to be sending the other person a message, basically opening up, I feel, about their thoughts, about their feelings, you know, about the situation or about you, or about them, like vice versa. It feels like this is something that has the potential to be very solid and very stable and very loving and good, just very good for both of you, because it will be built on a really solid friendship, right? But it's developing, it's growing into something much more than that too. I'm gonna pull a card from the Rebel Oracle for you guys and see what this deck would like to add. Okay, we've got be fucking grateful. Shit could be so much worse. Interesting. I'm gonna put that there. Let me get one more card from this deck. Take a shot. Don't take 12, take 1, maybe 2, and move on. So, first of all, I feel like you are being asked to make a move in this situation, because if you are wondering if this person is open to becoming romantically involved, or if this person is open to exploring your relationship further in, you know, in that kind of way, I really feel like the answer is yes. I really feel like this is someone who, like the feelings are mutual. The interest here is mutual, it seems like. So, you know, take a shot, take your shot in that respect, make a move, like open up, initiate a conversation. There's also something here about this Be Grateful card is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm trying to figure this out. Some of you might be looking at it and know exactly what it's talking about. But I'm just sitting here like, Six of Wands. So, let me get one more. Two of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this is really the potential of this relationship. This is union, partnership, unconditional love, commitment, all of that beautiful stuff, marriage, you know, long-term, lasting, loving relationships. Okay, so this message may not be applicable for all of you, but for some, it seems like maybe in the past, especially if you've known this person for a long time, that you might find yourself now like looking at this person and thinking, why am I just now like really noticing you? Or why am I just now realizing that this is what I've been looking for all along? That kind of thing. Maybe in the past you feel like looking back, you feel like you've looked for love in all the wrong places. Or maybe you've, you know, had some really good relationships, but, you know, obviously they haven't worked out for whatever reason. God, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this without sounding like an ass. Again, this is just for some of you. Maybe in the past you've looked at this person and thought like, well, I guess they can be my backup. Like if I turn 40 or 50 or whatever and I'm still alone, then I'll give this person a call, or you know, something like that. Like there's friendship here, there's understanding, there's a good foundation here within this relationship, but you never really saw this person as like a truly viable option for a romantic relationship or a partnership until now. And you might be feeling like, some of you I feel like have gotten a little bit hung up mentally on the fact that, you know, this person has always been a friend to you or just an acquaintance to you. Like you've never really found yourself like physically attracted to this person in the past, but your whole perspective about them has shifted and it has changed, and it has become like you have started seeing this person in ways that you never did before. And it's kind of, for some of you, I feel like it's been kind of a freaky experience, and you're maybe getting a bit hung up on that, if that makes sense. But I feel like you're being asked to like just kind of just, you know, take the leap, take the risk, let go of your inhibitions here, because this is something that's been a long time in the making. Like I said, this is something that has the potential to be truly beautiful, loving, deep, meaningful. Like this could be a marriage, this could be a very long lasting partnership, right? I feel like you just need to shake off like your understanding of the relationship and just start thinking of it as something new, something brand new, because it is something brand new. There is a lot of brand new energy coming in here. Like your old connection to this person is gone. It has ended. It is dead. And you've got a whole new beginning coming in for the two of you. This person thinks very, very highly of you. Like this person maybe has always found you like attractive. This person, I feel, has always had a real soft spot for you. And I think if you make a move, like if you initiate a conversation about like, you know, what the future might hold, I feel like they would be extremely receptive. This is somebody who I feel really thinks the world of you. And they've maybe been waiting for an opportunity for a long time, like to be with you or to explore your relationship in this way. And so if you're wondering if they will be open to it, I feel like they will. For the vast majority of you, I feel like they will jump on an opportunity to take your relationship further, or to reconnect, or whatever. Okay, group 4. I think I'm gonna leave that there. Those are really all the messages that I'm getting for you guys right now. I hope this is helpful. I hope that this reading resonated with you guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all of the support that I have been getting on my recent videos. And I appreciate you guys joining me today. I hope I see you guys next time. Bye!